Most people think Teen Titans Go is just another silly kids cartoon with crazy jokes and even crazier characters, but there are episodes so dark and disturbing that it honestly shouldn't have been allowed on Cartoon Network. So today we're going over the 15 darkest Teen Titans Go episodes, and trust me, the top 5 are actually insane. Starting with the episode, The Cape, and this episode starts off looking like it's going to be some wholesome throwback to the original Teen Titans series, but it quickly becomes one of the most depressing things I've seen on the show. The episode opens with the classic 2003 Teen Titans fighting Cinderblock, and everything looks epic with their flowing capes and dramatic action scenes. We see Robin and Cyborg have this huge fight over a cape, and Robin literally kicks Cyborg off the team just because he wouldn't wear one.
They're in the exact same spot! Enough about my spot! Maybe I don't want a cape. Maybe I want a mustache. Here we go again with the mustache. Next time you see me, I'm gonna have a mustache! Mustache?
Bro really said, either wear the cape or you're not my friend anymore, which is honestly toxic as hell. Then Cyborg walks away and you can see how hurt he is, but Robin doesn't even care. And don't even get me started on how they beat the prune guy. Robin literally almost dies and only gets saved because Cyborg comes back to help him. The fact that Robin needed to almost die just to realize he was being a terrible friend is honestly heartbreaking. And the episode ends with them going back to watching more of their old show like nothing happened. But if you thought those characters had problems, this next episode shows what happens when ego completely destroys your team. Coming in at number 14, we have The Streak. The episode starts off with Robin getting hyped about crime season like it's some kind of sport, but when the other Titans say they want a break, Robin completely loses it and starts talking about how taking breaks is for losers. He even bribes his own team with a pizza party just to get them to work, but then tells them they have to pay for it themselves, which is honestly just cruel. But it gets so much worse when Kid Flash shows up and challenges them to crime season. Instead of working together as a team, Robin starts trash talking his own friends, calling them bottom of the barrel teammates right in front of their faces. Kid Flash goes and stops like 52 crimes in basically no time, while Robin just stands there looking like a loser. The first part ends with Kid Flash stealing Robin's entire team by offering them pizza, back rubs, and comfy chairs. And so the Teen Titans decide to join Kid Flash's team instead, which shows just how badly Robin's been treating them. Robin ends up alone while his former teammates ride away in a party bus.
Party bus is on fleek, yo!
That's it. I'm joining Kid Flash's team.
The Me Too.
What? You can't leave now? In the middle of crime season? In the middle of a crime? Come on! Let's just finish off Killer Moth and his giant mutant, whatever that is.
But part 2 gets even more depressing because Robin has to team up with literally Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and Sticky Joe just to have anyone on his side. Robin literally had to lose everything to realize he was being a horrible person. But if you thought Robin's toxic leadership was bad, the next episode shows what happens when a simple argument about burping turns into a war. Coming in at number 13, we have Boys vs. Girls. And this episode starts with the boys being gross and burping in front of Raven and Starfire. But it quickly turns into one of the most ridiculous boys versus girls fight I've ever seen. The boys starts making fun of girls because they think boys are better than girls. But then Robin takes it to the next level. Bro literally says girls can never beat boys because girls just sit around caring about how they look and getting emotional, which is something you definitely don't want to say to Raven or Starfire. And when the girls prove him wrong by winning every single contest they set up, Robin still refuses to admit he's wrong. The absolute worst part is when Robin brings up cooties like he's in kindergarten. This grown superhero really said Raven and Starfire have cooties, which shocks everyone. But then Raven points out that cooties aren't even real. So what does Robin do? He goes to a literal government lab and steals actual cooties to put on the girls. And what happens next is honestly terrifying because the boys are running for their lives while the girls hunt them down throughout the entire city.
Think we lost him?
Impossible. We have more of the endurance.
They ended up getting trapped and the girls infect them with the cooties too, which serves them right for being so dumb. But this next episode proves that sometimes the real horror isn't the stories you tell around a campfire, but being stuck in the wilderness with Robin. Coming in at number 12, we have campfire stories. And this episode starts with the Titans sitting around being bored in the forest, while Robin is way too excited about camping. Everyone else is miserable and wants to go home, but Robin is acting like this is the best thing ever, even putting a sticker on Raven's forehead when she complains about being outside. When Cyborg suggests watching a TV, Robin completely loses it and starts explaining how they don't need technology because they can tell scary campfire stories. Beast Boy goes first with a story about a lumberjack who finds a monkey eating its own booger, which is gross but not really scary. Then Starfire tells this weird story about a ghost man who just wanted to play catch. But then Cyborg tells this story about getting random phone calls with heavy breathing, and when he calls the police, they find the caller inside his house, which is actually terrifying. Robin's story is somehow the most depressing though, because it's just about him getting stood up on a date and not having money to pay for his meal. Raven's story is the darkest one because she basically tells the story of her life with the Titans, describing how she's a half demon who made friends, but they got louder and more annoying over time until she snapped and ate them all.
Then, fast as a serpent, she ate them, one by one.
The episode ends with everyone running away in terror while Raven casually says she loves campfire stories, which actually makes you wonder if she secretly wants to eat all of her friends. But before we get into the next episode, I want to ask you a question. What's scarier than an alien invasion? Yeah, that's right. Finding out your favorite restaurant is run by an evil tofu trying to take over the world. In the episode, Employee of the Month Redux, Beast Boy wants to buy a moped, but he needs money for his bike he wants. So he gets a job at this sketchy meat restaurant called Mega Meaty Meat, which is already weird because he's a vegetarian. The manager looks super sus from the start, and when Beast Boy tries to explain that he doesn't eat meat, the guy immediately perks up when he mentions the moped. That should have been the first red flag, but Beast Boy is so excited about getting his bike that he ignores all the warning signs. When the other Titans show up to check on him, they're all put off by how creepy the place feels, but Cyborg is too hungry to care. Then a UFO shows up and the Titans have to leave Beast Boy behind to chase it, which is when things get really messed up.
Okay, then make it a cup of meat juice.
Specifically, what variety of the meat is it that you serve?
Meaty says that's a trade secret.
I'm glad you found a place to make some extra money, Beast Boy, but don't you think this place seems a little weird?
Dude, they have fries made out of meat. This whole place is weird, and I hate it!
Beast Boy ends up dealing with the lunch rush alone, and to escape the crazy customers, he runs to the back room where he finds multiple cows trapped into some kind of machine. That's when he meets the real villain, a talking block of tofu in a tiny robot suit who's been using UFOs to kidnap cows and turn them into power sources for his evil plan. But the worst part is that Beast Boy was unknowingly helping them the entire time. The episode ends with Beast Boy using his new moped to save his friends and blow up the monster ship, but the damage was already done to who knows how many cows. Poor cows. But have you ever wondered what happens when your deepest wishes come through? Well, at the number 10 spot, we have Crazy Desire Island, and this episode starts with the Titans talking to sports equipment with faces on them, which should immediately tell you the Titans have completely gone crazy. Starfire points out that talking to sports balls is a sign of craziness, but the real problem is that they've been stuck on the island so long that they're going insane. When Robin shows up in a suit acting like some kind of wish-granting game show host, you know things are about to get even weirder. He tells them they can make any wish come true by jumping into this magic bush, and of course everyone starts making terrible wishes. Cyborg goes first and wishes to be a famous musician with Beast Boy, but then Beast Boy betrays him and says he was just using Cyborg for fame. Like bro. Then Starfire's wish is somehow even weirder because she wants to become a magic cat and invite every cat in the galaxy to a party. Robin gets so disgusted by all the cats, then he immediately shuts down her dream, which is honestly pretty cruel when you think about it.
Your mind is a web of madness. No more! No more! No more!
Beast Boy's up next and just wishes for a cake. But Raven wishes the most heartbreaking because she just wants to go home to the tower. But when her wishes comes true and she realizes her teammates are still just as annoying as always, the episode ends with Robin crying because in Raven's wish world, he finally got to kiss Starfire. But then it got all taken away from him. Classic Robin. But things get even more dark in the episode Halloween. The episode starts with Raven getting excited about Halloween while dressed as a pretty Pegasus. But all the other Titans have given up on the holiday.
I'm a jack-o'-lantern.
Ooh, what a waste of good produce.
Who wants candy? We can get bags of it tonight.
If we want candy, we'll go buy some.
They make excuses about not wanting to celebrate, with Robin saying President's Day is his new favorite holiday, which is honestly just insane. Like, how is your favorite holiday President's Day? What a weirdo. Starfire reminds everyone that last year they got sick from eating trick-or-treat candy without wrapping it first. But the real problem is that Cyborg says Halloween isn't scary anymore now that they're older, and Beast Boy claims he's a full-grown man who doesn't have time for it. So Raven decides to fix this by summoning the Halloween spirit to bring back their love for the holiday, but instead it turns all the other Titans into little kids.
Ghouls and ghosts will plot and scheme to make your friends all run and scream.
Now they're terrified of everything Halloween and can't go trick-or-treating anymore. But then the Halloween spirit escapes and starts causing chaos in Jump City. So the Kid Titans have to go on a quest to stop him before the moon sets, or they'll stay kids forever. They have to face their fears and fight Halloween decorations that come to life. But in the end, they realize they have actually enjoyed being scared again. The episode ends with them being back to normal size, but still in costumes that are now too small, which is honestly pretty funny. But imagine being stuck as a kid forever. But now we're on to the top 8, and if you thought these episodes were already dark, you've literally seen nothing. At number 8, we have More Money, More Problems, and this episode starts with Beast Boy eating everything in the fridge as a beer because he claims he needs to hibernate. But when they get to the Batcave and Beast Boy reveals he was just pranking them, the Teen Titans discover something way more interesting: Wayne Manor. Robin takes them on a tour of his childhood home and shows them his bedroom with his lucky bucket that wipes away his tears when he's sleeping. He explains that Batman taught him money isn't meant to be spent but only used for fighting crime. A flashback shows little Robin training with his staff and being forbidden from going near money. But the most shocking thing Robin reveals is that he's always wanted a poster of the 90s R&B group Belle Biv DeVoe on his bedroom wall. He says their lyrics taught him to be a great hero and even starts singing their biggest hit. The other Titans suggest using Wayne's Manor money to buy him what he's always wanted. So they blow all of Batman's money on themselves and get Robin his poster. Plus, they launch money fireworks for celebration.
This feels so good! Launch the money fireworks!
Imagine how Batman must feel right now knowing that all of the money got blown up and now he's completely broke. But this next episode shows what happens when someone becomes too smart for their own good and nearly destroys reality in the process. Coming in at number 7, we have brain percentages, and this episode starts with the Titans doing a hidden pictures puzzle. But Beast Boy can't find anything and keeps getting distracted. When everyone points out that he's never good at brain games, basically calling them dumb, Beast Boy gets frustrated and wants to prove he's smart. Robin explains that humans only use 10% of their brains, and Raven teases Beast Boy about only using 2%. Okay, it's not funny, but let's continue. Beast Boy takes this literally and decides he's going to unlock more of his brain capacity through serious training. At first, Beast Boy gets to 10% and renames himself Renaissance Boy, but he still can't solve the puzzle, so he keeps pushing forward, and at 50% he starts getting mean insights about people, telling Cyborg he uses jokes to hide his pain and calls him names.
My bad. I'm using 50% of my brains now, so I got all these deep insights about people. You know, like how Robin's always trying to be cool to compensate for how he used to wear short shorts and elf boots.
By 80%, he's hovering in the air from being so smart, but it's still not enough. So Beast Boy does the unthinkable. He goes back in time 650 million years and touches his fingertips with a monkey, which unlocks 95% of his brain. And at this stage, Beast Boy literally starts turning into a computer, warning that if he reaches 100%, he'll destroy reality. But Beast Boy reaches 100% anyway and teleports everyone inside the hidden pictures puzzle so he can finally find all the items. The other Titans try to tell him the dolphin is on the palm tree, but he won't listen until the dolphin literally slaps him. The episode ends with them trapped in a cheese maze that Beast Boy created, unable to escape because now he's back to being dumb. The episode is funny but really dark at the same time. While we're waiting for Beast Boy to escape the cheese maze, let's talk about the 6th darkest episode. At number 6, we have Dog Hand, and this episode starts with the Titans noticing Raven acting more moody than usual because her interdimensional demon father Trigon is coming to visit. When Trigon arrives in his big scary form, he shrinks down and appears surprisingly friendly to the Titans, even seeming caring towards his daughter. But Trigon has a secret evil plan. First, he tries to convince Raven to follow the family legacy by becoming full demon, and when she refuses, he decides to win over her friends instead by granting any wish they want. Starfire wishes to speak normally and starts speaking like an Earth teenager. Beast Boy can transform into weird objects, Cyborg gets a dog for a hand, and Robin becomes super jacked. They're super happy with their new powers and tell Raven that her dad might not be so bad. But what they don't know is that this is all going along with Trigon's evil plan. Raven agrees to follow in Trigon's footsteps to become a complete demon. So she absorbs all the kids' evil nightmares in Jump City and becomes a full demon. Then Trigon tells her to use her powers to betray her friends.
Bravo!
I'm so proud. The only thing left to do is kill all your friends.
Kill us! Kill us! You can, like, totally do it!
Yeah, wait, what?
But instead of doing what her dad wants, she captures Trigon and sends him back to his demon dimension where he belongs. But now we're finally at the top 5, and if you thought the last few episodes were dark, you haven't seen anything yet. At number 5, we have Ghost Boy, and this episode is absolutely bonkers. It kicks off with Beast Boy trying to prank his teammates, but everyone's too smart for his tricks except Starfire.
Yes! Oh, you got me! Oh,
Oh, hang on to your life force. I will get help for you, friend.
no! It's too late! I'm a goner! Goodbye, cruel world!
Who's basically the most innocent Titan, so naturally, Beast Boy decides to mess with her because he's a terrible friend like that. The whole thing goes sideways when Starfire accidentally hits Beast Boy with a watering can while killing a mosquito, making her think she killed him. Beast Boy, being the annoying little green menace he is, convinces Starfire that she turned him into a ghost and now she has to do whatever he says. Bro literally gaslit her into doing his laundry and chores while pretending to be dead.
See, here on Earth, if you accidentally kill someone, it's customary to do whatever the ghost says.
I see. In that case, I am at your service. What noble tasks shall you assign to me?
But the other Titans find out and decide to get revenge by actually making Beast Boy think he's dead. Raven puts a transparency spell on him so he can phase through objects, and they stage his funeral. Beast Boy completely buys it and decides to do what he's always wanted to do: jump into a freaking volcano. This is where the episode becomes legitimately horrifying. One by one, the Titans actually die trying to save Beast Boy. Cyborg gets mauled by a mountain lion, Robin falls off a cliff, and Raven and Starfire get hit by random space lasers. They're all dead for real, but Beast Boy doesn't care because he thinks his prank worked. The episode ends with Beast Boy slipping and falling into a volcano anyway, joining his dead teammates as actual ghosts. The final scene shows all the Titans as spirits, wondering what to do with their afterlife situation. Like, they're genuinely dead and the episode just ends there. That's like dark even for T-Titans go. Coming in at number 4, we have Think About Your Future. The episode starts with Starfire, Cyborg, Raven, and Beast Boy chilling on the couch doing their own thing when Robin pops up from the floor with exciting news. He wants the Teen Titans to have matching team jackets. Everyone's down except Raven, who keeps warning them about making bad choices that will affect them later. But peer pressure wins and they start eating junk food and basically living their worst life.
So fresh.
Bam, bam.
Yeah, boy. You know this looks good.
Then boom, we jump 70 years into the future and it's absolutely depressing. The elderly titans are falling apart literally. Beast Boy can't walk, his feet are covered in flies, and he keeps falling off his scooter. Cyborg is super old and weak, Starfire can barely fly, and they're all broke because they can't afford their medications. The elderly titans build a time machine to warn their younger selves, but when they arrive, the present day titans are too busy stuffing their faces with pizza to care.
Whoa, is that us?
We appear to be the raisins!
Oh, so cute. Come here, old mate.
The twist ending is messed up though. When the elderly titans threaten to teach them a lesson, Robin realizes they can just make worse decisions to erase their future selves completely. So they literally delete their old version and decide to enjoy the rest of their lives while it lasts. Basically, they're saying they'd rather die young and have fun than live long and suffer. But we're just getting warmed up because this next episode gets way darker. Moving on to number 3, we get Pyramid Scheme. The episode starts with Robin, Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire are chilling on the couch when a sad and depressing Beast Boy comes from behind and slouches next to Starfire. She asks him why he's upset, and Bro says he can't afford an expensive gift for Cyborg's birthday, even though Cyborg literally tells him his birthday isn't even close to coming up.
This is leaking from your eye holes.
It's just... I can't afford the birthday present Cyborg really wants.
Wait, haven't we been through this before?
And besides, my birthday is like months away.
Beast Boy gets convinced that their friendship will be ruined if he doesn't buy Cyborg something expensive. So instead of getting a normal job, he decides to join a money scam and becomes a money sheriff. This dude starts eating literal bowls of money for dinner and then recruits the other titans to be his money deputies for $100 each.
One in, huh? Well, it's super easy. First, give me $100.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't give money to make money. That's like paying to have a job. And those badges are worthless. They're just to trick you into thinking you have some sort of status.
The episode gets progressively darker as they start recruiting random people around town and eating money salads around a campfire. Robin's the only one calling out how stupid this is, but everyone ignores him because they're making money. Then the episode takes a dark turn when a massive pyramid appears from the ground and the boss mummy appears. The mummy basically captures the titans, forcing them to do hard labor in the desert sun. Beast Boy finally admits he was wrong, but then they're already trapped forever. The only way they escape is through Robin's weird idea of hard labor. Beast Boy has to transform into a chicken and starts laying eggs. The whole episode is super weird and uncomfortable, but it leads to them breaking free and fighting an army of mummies in the desert. But the second darkest Teen Titans Go episode, we have Hot Salad Water. The story opens up with Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy eating cereal for breakfast, while Cyborg offers them drinks like water, orange juice, and milk, but nobody's interested until he finds a tea bag and decides to make tea with his robot body. But before they can even take a sip, Robin comes running in and attacks Cyborg's teacup with a birdarang, blowing it up right in his face. Robin starts yelling at them for drinking tea, which Beast Boy calls hot salad water before Raven corrects him.
Leafy goodness gets in there and you drink that.
Like the delicious hot water salad.
I like salad.
Then let's drink this tea, son.
Robin warns them that tea is from Great Britain and tells them it's dangerous to drink. He gives them a totally fake lesson about tea, and it involves the bald eagle, the Statue of Liberty, and George Washington. He throws Beast Boy teacup into the ocean and forces everyone to wear USA caps while spraying them with soda. After Robin leaves, the Titans find mysterious tea crafts that arrive at the tower. They decide to drink the tea behind Robin's back and slowly starts acting like British, sticking out their little finger fingers and talking fancy. When Robin finds out the next morning, he gets transported to Big Ben through a magical portal and discovers his friends are completely brainwashed and dressed like old British people. Enter the Queen of England, who reveals she's been behind this whole thing as revenge for Americans throwing tea in the ocean way back in history. She's trying to take over America through mind control tea, and Robin's friends are now her loyal servants ready to get rid of him. The episode becomes full war between America and Great Britain, with the Statue of Liberty using soda weapons against a giant robot Big Ben.
Lady Liberty!
Even after they beat the Queen and break the mind control, Robin forces everyone to dump more tea in the ocean. What a crazy way to end the episode. But this episode at the #1 spot definitely messed me up as a child. The darkest Teen Titans Go episode of all time is BB Ray. This episode starts with a really weird vibe when Beast Boy walks in the living room wearing a bow tie, holding roses, and same there for Raven. When she rejects the flowers, he brings her a real baby bear, and when that doesn't work, he tries reading her a love poem that turns out to be an evil spell that summons a scary monster. But no matter what Beast Boy does, it just seems not to be enough. So the Titans help him write a song by locking him in a room.
It's all about my baby, yeah, it's all about me. And if I don't tell my baby, I'll do so quick. Nah, too intense. I love you more than applesauce, than peaches and a plum. Not right.
So when Beast Boy finally plays his song, Raven actually kisses him, but then he immediately betrays her trust by uploading their private moment to the internet behind her back.
I put all my thoughts in it for you, Ray. Only you.
What makes this episode so dark is how toxic their entire relationship becomes. Beast Boy goes on tour with Raven's song, completely ignoring her while getting attention from the screaming fangirls. He tells crowds that the song is for them instead of acknowledging Raven, who's standing right there heartbroken. In the dressing room, he burns his shirts and completely ignores Raven when she tries to talk to him, treating her like she doesn't even exist.
Got to get changed for the next show, yo. Can't be wearing things twice. It's garbage now.
Hey, I was thinking, when the tour's over, we should...
What you think? Zebra or leopard print? It's beautiful either way.
Are you listening to me at all?
Raven finally snaps and curses the song out of anger, but this backfires horribly. The curse turns the love song into a hate song, causing everyone in Jump City to turn violent against each other. Couples who were once happy starts fighting, and the entire city descends into chaos because of their relationship drama. Raven realizes she didn't just ruin Beast Boy's career, she accidentally hurt innocent people because she was so mad at him. Beast Boy eventually figures out what he did wrong and breaks the curse by singing a song about not being selfish, which fixes everything and brings peace back to the city. The episode shows Beast Boy manipulating Raven's feelings, betraying her trust, ignoring her completely, and then only caring when it affects him personally. Even after Beast Boy learns his lesson, their relationship ends with Raven dropping a doghouse on him as punishment. But the fact that the creators decide to make an episode about toxic relationships is really dark for a kid's show. And because you made it all the way to the end of this video, you should definitely check out the video on screen right there for even more Teen Titans Go content.